My cat is down here and purring quite loudly. She wants out of her corner. I'm not going to let her out though. Hey guys, what's up? It's Heidi. So, it is almost the end of January, so it is time for me to do my January book haul. I have tried not to buy a ton of books this month, and I only bought 6 or 7, I believe, which isn't that bad for me. So, I'm going to show you those, tell you a little bit about them, and let me know down in the comments what you think as always, and let's go. I don't really know what order I bought these in, to be honest. I got them all but one of them at Powell's, one of them is an ebook, so that one I did not get at Powell's. But all of the rest of them I got at Powell's, which is kind of a local bookstore thing. Well, okay, I think the first book I bought this month was The Golem and the Genie by Helena Wecker? I don't really know. This I saw on Little Book Owl's channel and it looked really interesting. It takes place, I believe, at the very end of the 1800s and it's in like New York City and it's about a golem and a genie and they run into each other and probably become friends and help each other out in some terrifying situation. But that's about all I know about it, and the cover is just ridiculously pretty, like gold and the archway and oh, this book, man, so pretty. I'm kind of sad though because I found out that this month on like the 15th or something they're getting a bunch of signed copies of this book, and now I'm a little sad because I'm not going to get a signed copy, but you know, it'll be okay. I'll survive. Next book I got, I have already read and put a review up, which you can see the video here. I'll also leave a link for it down below. But that is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs, the second in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series, and it's so awesome. And I got to go to the Ransom Riggs signing, and it got signed with the pretty silver Sharpie, and I was gonna get him to do an intro and it didn't work because my camera sucked. This is a really great book though. I really enjoyed this way more than the first one, and yeah, I talked about it a bunch in my review and I will probably talk more about it in my wrap up also, but there you go, I bought this. It's nice and pretty. And then I bought the second in a series to a book that I read at the very start of this month, which I will be talking about because I flippin' loved it. But that is The Girl Who Fell Beneath Fairyland and Led the Revels There. And I read the first one at the very start of this month. It was the first book I read, and The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making. There we go. And I flippin' loved it. It was so good. I saw it on Jesse the Reader's channel. He got it as a Christmas present, I think, or something. But he was really excited to read it, and I was like, oh, I'm excited. So I got it, and it was really good. So I got the next one. And there's a third one also. And these books are so good. I will talk about them more in my wrap-up. But I'm excited to read this. The next book I got because I wanted to finish the series, and I finally found this in the correct edition that I was looking for to complete it on my shelves. And that is Specials by Scott Westerfeld. And now I have the complete set, all in the pretty new editions, and I flippin' like, these are the coolest editions. They have like little shiny details on all of the dudes. This one's got the sun, and this one's like that eye. So I got Specials, and that was really awesome. The next book I got, everybody has been raving about a lot, everywhere, especially Reagan from Peruse Project and Jesse from Jesse the Reader. Flippin' love this book, and I trust both of their recommendations a lot, and also it just sounds really good, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This book is, to my knowledge, about two guys who were like best friends in high school age or something, and it fast forwards ahead to like 19 years later or something, and they are like arch nemesis. So that's really interesting, and I've heard it's really, really well written and really entertaining, so I'm very excited to read this. It looks so good. Yeah. The next book I got because I'm been basically on a fantasy binge this entire month. That's basically all I've been reading, and Reagan from Peruse Project Reagan said it was very good, and it's on the NPR's Top 100 list, which I'm trying to get through a lot of this year, and that is Furies of Calderon by Jim Butcher. This is the first in the Codex Alera series, and I'm very excited to read this. It looks pretty fantastical, and I don't know much about it. It's a fantasy book by Jim Butcher, who also did the Dresden Files, if you aren't aware. But it looks really good, and People say it's good, and it's on a top 100 list, so I'm excited. The last book I got on my Nook, and that was Zeus Grants Stupid Wishes by Corey O'Brien, I believe it is, I don't remember. But this is a book that retells mythology stories in like modern-y language, I guess. And I've already finished it. It was flippin' hilarious. It goes through Greek, Norse, Egyptian, Japanese, Native American, Chinese, Indian, like everything. All of the mythologies. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. If you really like mythology, I'd recommend checking it out. It is not PG by any means. It's probably, yeah. So it's not like a children's mythology book at all. It reminded me of like a grown-up Percy Jackson telling it. I will tell you about that later in my wrap-up video, which will be coming in a couple days. But that is what I bought this month for books. So let me know down in the comments if you've read any of them, what you think about them, if you want to read any of them, anything like that, or whatever you want to tell me. And I will see you next time. Goodbye! Zeus Grants I got one last book on ebook, and that was I cannot say this. The last book I got on ebook was Zeus Grants Stupid Wishes. One more time.